Chris Buescher's surprising Truck Series debut at Watkins Glen, NASCAR 2025 update. Imagine a world where a NASCAR driver can seamlessly transition between different series and tracks, leaving a trail of impressive performances in their wake. Welcome to the world of Chris Buescher, a six-time NASCAR Cup Series race winner who's about to embark on a new adventure. With the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series season in full swing, Buescher's team, RFK Racing, has been making waves with their consistent and gritty performances. But here's where it gets interesting. Buescher is about to make his NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series debut at Watkins Glen International, a track that's been a happy hunting ground for him in the past. But what makes this move so significant? And how will it impact his chances in the NASCAR Cup Series? Let's dive in and explore the fascinating world of Chris Buescher. With over 20 races under their belt, the team's driver lineup, consisting of Brad Keselowski, Chris Buescher, and Ryan Preece, has been consistently competitive, with numerous top 5 finishes and a strong showing at Pocono. But Buescher's journey to the top has been anything but conventional. Unlike many of his peers, he bypassed the traditional truck ranks and instead moved directly from ARCA competition to a part-time Xfinity Series schedule in 2013. This unconventional path has given him a unique perspective and skill set, which has served him well in his Cup Series career. And this is the part most people miss. Buescher's ability to adapt to different equipment and formats has been a key factor in his success. He's made strategic appearances in Xfinity races to stay connected with road course competition and development partners. And his patience and adaptability have been on full display in contesting close finishes at Kansas and Sonoma. So when Thor Sport Racing announced that Buescher would be making his NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series debut at Watkins Glen International, it was a surprise move that raised a few eyebrows. But for Buescher, this debut offers a chance to reconnect with NASCAR's developmental ladder and compete on one of his most successful tracks in a new type of vehicle. As he prepares to pilot the number 66 FarmPaint.com Ford F-150 in the Mission 176. Buescher is excited to get back to Watkins Glen, a track that's been a special place for him. Watkins Glen has been a special place for me, especially after last year's win, he said. So, I'm really looking forward to getting back there. It's a great place for me to make my first ever Truck Series start. But here's the controversy. Some might argue that Buescher's move to the Truck Series is a step backward, given his established career in the Cup Series. However, others might see it as a bold move to gain more experience and stay competitive. What do you think? Should Buescher be focusing on the Cup Series, or is this move a smart strategic decision? Let us know in the comments. As the NASCAR Cup Series regular season nears its end, RFK Racing's playoff hopes remain in play. With 13 drivers already securing berths via race wins, only 3 spots are left open on points. Buescher, Keselowski, and Preece are all fighting to claim their place, with Buescher currently just above the bubble. The team's recent form suggests that what seemed like a long shot weeks ago could turn into a late-season surge, with all 3 drivers eyeing the postseason. But the path ahead is clear but demanding, with Watkins Glen, Richmond, and Daytona remaining before the playoff cutoff. Buescher will need to defend his point position, Keselowski must either win or score big, and Preece faces a near must-win situation. As Keselowski said after Iowa, "Yeah, great run for our 2 RFK cars. Obviously, we want to win. But we are in contention, that's for sure." The question on everyone's mind is, can RFK Racing keep up the momentum and make a push for the playoffs? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Chris Buescher's debut in the Truck Series is going to be an exciting ride. So, buckle up and join the conversation. What do you think about Buescher's move to the Truck Series? And can RFK Racing make a late-season surge to the playoffs? Chris Buescher's NASCAR Truck Series debut at Watkins Glen. Wait, Chris Buescher has never driven a NASCAR truck before? That single sentence is already enough to make seasoned fans do a double take. After 352 grueling Cup starts, 6 victories at stock cars top level, and an Xfinity championship collecting dust on the mantle since 2015, the 32-year-old veteran is finally dipping his toes into the Truck Series pool. And he's doing it at one of the most unforgiving road courses on the planet, Watkins Glen International, this Friday, August 8th. But here's where it gets controversial. Some die-hard truck loyalists argue that Cup stars parachuting into the series steal spotlight and playoff points from full-time truckers who grind every weekend for a living. Others counter that big names like Buescher boost TV ratings and sponsor dollars, ultimately helping the little guys. Which side are you on? The machine beneath him is no afterthought either. Buescher will wheel the number. 66 Ford F-150 fielded by Powerhouse 4Sport Racing, the same outfit that has hoisted championship trophies, with drivers like Matt Crafton and Ben Rhodes. Duke, Rhonda, and Allison Thorson, the family that owns the team, rarely hand their keys to outsiders, making this invitation feel almost like an exclusive hall pass. Why Watkins Glen? Because Buescher already owns the place, at least in the Cup record books. He's the reigning winner of the Cup race at the Glen, having outdueled Supercars ace Shane Van Gisbergen in a last-lap thriller that had fans spilling beer and screaming at their screens. Returning to the scene of that triumph, now in a boxier, heavier truck with less downforce and far angrier fenders, is the kind of storyline Hollywood would reject for being too on the nose. And this is the part most people miss. Buescher hasn't run any NASCAR National Series race below the Cup level in nearly 10 years. His last double-duty weekend was way back in 2015, also at Watkins Glen, when he finished third in Xfinity on Saturday and clawed home 37th in Cup on Sunday. Since then, he's been a Cup-only guy, quietly racking up top tens while younger hot shoes hogged the developmental spotlight. Friday's truck race snaps that streak and drops him into a field that includes fellow Cup stars Christopher Bell and Ross Chastain. Both eager to remind everyone why they're champions in their own right. For newcomers wondering what makes the Truck Series different, picture this. Take a Cup car, chop the roof, shorten the wheelbase, crank the horsepower down slightly, and then bolt on a truck body that punches a massive hole in the air. The result is a vehicle that slides around like it's on marbles, yet somehow sticks when you least expect it. On a roller coaster like Watkins Glen, where elevation changes rival a mountain highway and the bus stop chicane punishes the smallest mistake. Those dynamics turn every lap into a white-knuckle negotiation between bravery and physics. Buescher himself sounds like a kid who just found an extra ticket under the Christmas tree. Watkins Glen has been a special place for me, especially after last year's win, he said in the team release. It's a great place for me to make my first ever Truck Series start, and I'm thankful for Duke, Rhonda, and Allison Thorson for giving me the opportunity. Translation, he knows the track, loves the layout, and feels zero pressure to prove anything, except maybe that a Cup veteran can still school the youngsters when the lights go green. The green flag drops at 5 p.m. ET on FS1, and if history is any guide, tempers will flare before the checkers wave. After all, truck racing at a road course is basically bumper cars with 650 horsepower engines and no rearview mirrors. Add Cup egos, playoff implications, and a rookie in name only like Buescher, and you've got the recipe for either a masterclass or a melee. So is Buescher's cameo a harmless fun run that gives fans a fresh storyline? Or is it another example of Cup stars cherry-picking trophies from the sport's grassroots? Will his road course prowess translate to a 3,400-pound truck that behaves nothing like his RFK Racing Mustang? And if he wins, yes, it's possible. Should that victory carry an asterisk because he's not chasing a Truck Series title? Drop your hottest take in the comments. Agree, disagree, or just want to roast my opinion? Let's hear it. After all, Friday's race won't just answer questions. It'll probably start brand new arguments that last long into the playoffs.